Paula E. Downing. Paula Elaine Downing King, December 8, 1951 December 17, 2017, who wrote as Paula E. Downing, Paula King, Paula Downing King, and P.K. McAllister, was an American science fiction writer. She published 8 SF novels between 1990 and 1996. Her Cloudships of Orion trilogy of space operas features an itinerant family of gypsies who travel through the galaxy in their spaceship in search of resources to mine. Biography. Born in Portland, Oregon, King lived in Walla Walla, Washington, after she retired from her 35-year legal career. After 15 years in Oregon as a civil lawyer, she moved to Arizona in 1995 and worked as public defender for the White Mountain Apache tribe and juvenile prosecutor for Navajo County in Holbrook, Arizona. She also taught criminal justice and history part-time at the local community college named St. Brittenham. Paula tried to write stories in 1976 when she was working as a tax lady for IRS and gave up in despair. After she decided to go to law school and was selected as articles editor for the University of Oregon School of Law, she edited for the Law Journal, then clerked for 3 years for a local federal judge, writing 8 hours a day. In time, she felt she had learned some of the craft and tried again. She sold her first 2 novels late in 1989 to 2 separate publishers and settled with Del Rey for 3 more novels. Her agent recommended she try another pen name to assist sales, and so she published her Cloudships of Orion trilogy with Rock under the name P.K. McAllister. Her Gypsies in Space trilogy garnered good reviews. A few years later, under yet another pen name, Diana Marcellus, Paula sold her fantasy trilogy, Witch of Two Sons, to Tor. Although she continued to write regularly during her subsequent lawyer years, her job required a lot of overtime, enough she often gave away some of her overtime hours to her staff at the tribe, and enough to add up to 60 hours a week when she spent 4 years as juvenile prosecutor. In March 2012, she fell off her porch and fractured her lumbar spine, eventually needing surgery in November 2012. Her recovery took an entire year, and she tried to work half-time for a local law firm, but was eventually pronounced disabled. This note is by Paula herself, and suddenly she finds herself writing full-time, a dream of her whole life. The disability limits things a bit, but she hopes to write another 11, as she calls her published novels, and find a way to share those stories with her readers. Some of Paula's stories still in her head date back to college, and she now has time to start writing some of them, as well as the new stories. She has read SF since the age of 12, adores the genre for its innovation and wide horizons, and could happily spend the rest of her retirement, as long as it lasts. She is now a youthful 64 writing SF. Paula Downing King passed on December 17, 2017 in her Walla Walla, Washington home.